In this video, we will find the intersection of a line and a circle. This will be a real-world problem, or word problem. The diagram below shows a straight road connecting a park entrance to a circular road. The diagram is on a coordinate system whose units represent kilometers. The circular road surrounds a camping area and has a radius of 1 kilometer. The park entrance is at the origin. Alright, I think I'll go ahead and mark that. So that means this is 0, 0. And the circle is centered at 3, 0. A portion of the circular road is closed for maintenance. The closed portion is a minor arc of the circle, arc AB, where A and B are points of the circle intersected by the line whose equation is y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. What are the coordinates of points A and B? Well, so somewhere around in here there is a there's a line intersecting the circle at points A and B, whatever they are, and we're supposed to find the coordinates of these 2 points because they tell us where the road is under repair. So this whole problem boils down to we have to find the intersection of this line and the circle. Let's start by writing an equation for this circle. This circle has center 3, 0. So using what we know about the equation of a circle, this is going to be x minus 3 squared because of the 3, and then plus y squared because it's like y minus 0 is just y, so y squared is equal to. Next we need the radius squared, but the radius is 1. 1 squared is still 1. So this is my equation of the circle. Now normally I would have to go through right now and rewrite this in general form, getting rid of the parentheses. But the y part doesn't have parentheses, and that's where I need to do my substitution anyway. So I can really go ahead and substitute right now. Y equals this, so I can put this in for y. So this would look like this. So I still have my x minus 3 squared plus. Now here comes the y squared part. So I'm going to have negative 1/2 x plus 2 squared. Alright, that's y squared. And then equals 1. So let's work this out. So now we will have to expand these. So let's do x minus 3 times x minus 3, and let's do I'm going to do a different color. Let's do negative 1/2 x plus 2 times negative 1/2 x plus 2 equals 1. So back to this, we're going to have to double distribute, starting with the x. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3, negative 3x. Similarly, distributing the negative 3 gives me negative 3x plus 9. Now I'm going to double distribute over here. Alright, distributing the negative 1/2 x. Well, negative times negative is a positive. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. And x times x is x squared. Alright, now how about negative 1/2 x times 2? Alright, let me do this off to the side to make it clear. I'm doing negative 1/2 x times 2. Okay, but this is like 2 over 1. So you multiply straight across. So 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so it's going to be negative 2 over 2x. But 2 divided by 2 is 1, so it's like negative 1x, but we don't really need the 1 either, so we're just going to put negative x. Alright, so there's your negative x. And again, when we distribute the 2 times negative 1/2 will again be negative x. And then 2 times 2 is 4. And then we have the equals 1. Okay, now let's go ahead and subtract the 1 from both sides. Okay, so can we agree that this is going to make 3? Okay, so can we just replace this now with a 3? And because these are gone, that's 0. So as I begin to combine my like terms, I've got x squared plus 1/4 x squared. Now what I like to do with this is like 1x squared. Agreed? But 1 is kind of a chameleon number. 1 can be 2 over 2, 3 over 3, 4 over 4, etc. Anything divided by itself equals 1. Why do I mention that now? Well, I need common denominators. And if I choose 1 but write it as 4 over 4, then I immediately have like denominators. Alright? So I can say 4/4 x squared plus 1/4 x squared is 5/4 x squared. Negative 3x and negative 3x is negative 6x, negative 7x, negative 8x. And then we have 9 and 3, so that's 12, equals 0. Now, I want to get rid of the fraction, so I'm going to multiply everything by 4. Even the 0. These 4's are going to cancel out. So that's going to leave me with 5x squared minus 32x plus 48 is equal to 0. Now I could factor this, but or I could use the quadratic formula. I'm going to use the quadratic formula this time. Alright, remember that the quadratic formula is x equals opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, and this is a, this is b, and this is c. So that's what I'm about to do. So that means x equals opposite of b, so that'll be positive 32 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's negative 32 squared. Notice the parentheses. Minus 4ac all over 2a. 2 times 5 is 10. Now when you do the quadratic formula, you should always simplify the part under the radical first. So let's do that now. So we've got negative 32 squared. Please use parentheses. You will get a different answer if you don't. Negative 32 squared. And then minus 4 times 5 times 48. So minus 4 times 5 times 48. So that's 64. So that means now we have x equals 32 plus or minus the square root of 64 over 10. Well, of course, square root of 64 is 8. So that's 32 plus or minus 8 over 10. Okay, so let's split that apart so we can get two separate answers. This means 32 plus 8 over 10, or 32 minus 8 over 10. So let's get the two answers from that. So a lot of this you could do in your head, but I'm just going to go straight to the calculator this time. 32 plus 8 over 10. Okay, so we're getting 4, all right? And it makes sense because that's 40 divided by 10 is 4. Okay, 32 minus 8 over 10. So that's 12/5 or 2.4. Okay, so these are the two values of x, but we need the y values as well. Okay, so back at the beginning we were told that y equals -1/2 x plus 2. So we're going to use this equation to find the y values. So knowing y equals -1/2 x plus 2, I encourage you to make a chart, an xy chart. Okay, so we have x and y. So let's use this to organize our work. So we'll put our x's here and we'll figure out our y's here. So our x's were 4 and 2.4. Okay, now the y values will come from this. If x is 4, then this equation gives us -1/2 times 4 plus 2. All right, that is 0. Now if x is 2.4, then y equals -1/2 times 2.4 plus 2. And that is 0.8. So that means these are the points A and B that we were looking for. Okay, so they are 4, 0 and 2.4, 0.8. Alright, let's see if this makes sense in the picture. So 4, 0, alright, so this is 3, 0, 4, 0 would be right here. Okay, 4, 0. Let's see, what else do we have? 2.4, 2.8. Well, no, 2.4, 0.8. So this is 3, so 2.5 would be right here. So 2.4 is going to be a little bit less. Now 0.8 is almost 1. This is 1 up here. So 0.8 is close to 1. So it makes sense that if I go here and I go straight up, it would make sense that this could be 2.4, 0.8. Okay, so they're saying that in that case this portion of the road is the part that's under repair. All right, here endeth the lesson.